It's a really, really pleasant day out here. I forgot how nice the weather is. It's like 68 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. I was hoping to wake up at like 7:30, as I usually do. And I woke up at like 7:45 and I said, cool, that's close enough. And then I just flopped back and fell asleep. And now it is 9:15, so there is that. So remember how nice the freezer looked last night? I moved one bag and everything fell onto the floor. There was a complete lack of structural integrity. I had to rearrange it and that took me about 10 minutes because this is a fucking satanic freezer. Well, I decided that today's breakfast is going to be some good old-fashioned biscuits and gravy. So here we got our before shot and after. We got the gravy bubbling away over here. It's always time for coffee. Always. I ended up FaceTiming with a very important person in my life for the last 3 hours. Now I'm out here trying to pump air into the tire of the car I'm going to take back to Turlock. There's one little issue. This tire is like 200% flat. So this wasn't the desired result. I done goofed, essentially. Basically what happened was I thought I had enough air into the tire to get me down to the air pump around the corner. I was wrong and I damaged the sidewall of the tire inadvertently because I'm a dumbass. So I'm buying a new tire. Back home, thinking about how this day really got away from me. Because all this happened, traffic is now backed up from here to Timbuktu. I'm going to hop onto the highway in a couple hours and I'm going to get home late. Just a bullet I gotta bite. Cut to 1 hour later, and I think that the only way to make myself feel better after the tomfoolery I put myself through, I'm going to need to spend more money. I'm either going to buy myself some sushi or some pho. I'm going to have it delivered here via DoorDash. I think I'm going to have a Twitter poll.
DoorDash.
Hey, cool, thank you. Awesome. Thanks so much.
Enjoy. Have a good one.
You too. And on this day, sushi won. So I'm looking at Airbnbs online right now because I'm going to go on vacation in the next year. I found this one in Venice Beach with a very unusual list of house rules. It would appear that the check-in time is 3 p.m. Now this looks like a bit of a different setup. It is. I'm driving my new old car back to Turlock. This is the car that you are going to be seeing much more of in the vlogs to come because this car is very nice and my old car is getting pretty beat up, so I think we're going to pass it on to some other teenager who needs a ride, and this is going to become my car. However, I have a temporary operating permit on it because it didn't pass smog, so the tag isn't up to date. So, pray for me I don't get pulled over. Also, Turlock is 99 miles away. According to the fuel gauge here, I have enough gas for 119 miles. This is a Ford, and the Ford gas gauges aren't always the most accurate, and you know that if you've ever seen a Michael Aranda road trip vlog. That being said, cue time lapse. Despite having moved about 12 times in my life, I've always lived in or around the San Joaquin Valley, and I've made the same trip to and from my grandparents' house thousands of times. Yet in recent years, every time I take the journey, I keep thinking the same thing. I pass through these little towns whose names I've read on road signs for about as long as I can remember. Places like Manteca, Livermore, Tracy, and I always seem to remember that there are entire histories in this town that I don't know about, and might never know about. What happens while I'm away? Made it back to Turlock safe and sound as that time-lapse alluded to. It is time for a snack. Going for the peak of nutrition here on Vlogjet. As previously predicted, that gas gauge was a little bit skewed because my empty light came on about 15 miles outside of my house. Little bit scary there towards the end. Anyways, I've had a very eventful day. I am very tired. Good night, guys.